What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Exchange TMV and Southward reunion. We're going to talk about the Inter Miami New York Red Bulls game. Just some stats, the last few games against them. Inter Miami against the New York Red Bulls, 6-2 back in 2024, 4-1 back in 2024. This past weekend, 5-1. We've lost against them badly. This last three times, every single time Messi's on the field, he makes us look bad. Not happy. Not happy with the team. Not happy with the performance. Not happy with Sandro and the players. I mean, we're gonna try to have some fun talking about this episode, but disappointing result. I'm here to talk about it with Steve and Jorge. How you guys doing today, man?
Not as good as your team. Your team is terrible.
Your
But
team.
Now it's our team. Now it's my team. What happened to me?
all jokes aside, dude, the team is terrible. The team is terrible. Guys that we all went to bat for in the earlier part of the season have fallen off. Me with Carlos. The only bright spot until they changed his position was Sofo. So they put him on the suck boat this week. Like, it was a disaster.
Yeah, the team collapsed is what happened. After 15, 20 minutes, we just fell apart. I mean, we just saw Messi, we saw Suarez, and we fucking collapsed, man. It was simple as that. And that's what was annoying because the first 15 minutes, it was okay, but the game's not finished in the first 20. It's a whole 90, and we have yet to see this Red Bull team like compete consistently for full 90 minutes. It's always a half. It's always bits and pieces. Even the Revs game, great that we won, but we have to have Sandro ream the team at halftime and then we score, which we know we can do. So offense is our power, and we only scored one goal. I thought we could have done better, honestly.
We started off great. I think there was a lot of pressure. The team worked together to press Miami. We try to put them in different difficult situations. Emil Forsberg delivers a great assist in the corner. Alexander Hack finally, after scoring all those goals in preseason, he finally gets his first one.
For Hack to score this game, I didn't know what was happening. Like just put it in like perspective. First 10 minutes, Red Bull scored, Hack scored. I'm like, is this really happening? That was my little moment. I'll take that little moment of joy. I was cheering, and I noticed as I was cheering, there was a whole section that just wasn't at all. And I'm
You
like,
know,
you motherfuckers.
you
You
know,
fuckers.
after the game, right? Everybody's talking about this first 15 minutes, right? Even Sandro in the press conference was like, "We were doing good. We did good. There was stuff that we did good, dog. Why the fuck you lying? You guys sucked from the beginning, dog. Yo, 15 minutes, you got the ugliest, craziest goal, and thought it was gonna be legit. And bro, Messi was like, no, 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 no. Eso no se hace. You don't do that. No, 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 no. Dude,
So
so crazy. Though they make, not for nothing, but the goals that have been going by Carlos, we said it in the chat. The goals that Carlos has been letting up have been terrible.
yeah, I mean that second goal I think is unacceptable. You could have used two hands to save that, and that was a floater. That was I don't think that was a
Yeah.
hard shot. It's disappointing to see, and I saw the confidence, the lack of confidence in Carlos to clear that out, man. I mean, talk to me, Steve, Jorge. I don't know what you guys thought about that second goal. I mean, we're immediately jumping into the second goal, but the first one too from Messi. I mean, don't give him too much space, and then we are trying to tinker with the lineup, playing around, making Sofo become a fullback when he's not. He's an attacking player. We're
Maybe we
asking
should
him to
start
do.
there. Maybe we should start there.
Okay.
We should start with the starting lineup. We always say that Sandro's experimenting, or we think that he's always doing some shit, right? I don't know what the fuck he was thinking this week. Like, let's try to make sense of it, if anybody can. I don't think anybody can, but let's try to make sense of it, right? Somebody hit me with what could possibly make sense out of how this thing started.
I mean, you probably have the answer, but if you want me to give you an answer, why start first of all Julian Hole, his second game of the season that he's starting. The first one, it was a horrible one. I think it was against Atlanta away. What has he done to deserve a starting role? And that age against Miami, against one of the hottest teams in the league. that to me was a sign or a decision from Red Bull. Everybody's gonna
Yeah.
be watching Messi, so
Yeah.
let's put Hall because you know what? We're trying to jack up that price,
Yep.
and we're gonna show clips of his game against Miami whenever we wanna. I don't know, try to sell him somewhere else overseas. But the reality is that Julian Hall has regressed this year. Julian Hall is not the kid he's supposed to be for whatever reason. Maybe we burned him too early, but I don't think Sandro made the right decision by playing him against Miami. I think he was the least of the people that I expected to start against them. While you have players like Dennis Jengar, I think Kyle Duncan was available. I don't think he was hurt.
Kyle
Um,
Duncan was available, and that was the other shock was Raheem Edwards starting and us going to like a hybrid back three. So this is going off of what Jorge said about the starting lineup. So again, we go back to a back three. We put three center backs on the field. We put Alexander Hack, our three supposedly best center backs, right? Alexander Hack, Sean Nealis, and Noah Isla. Okay. And then you
Noah's
have
a savage.
yeah, and then you have
Noah's great.
Raheem Edwards on the one left wing, and then you have Sofo on the right wing. And those wing positions, yes, they are wingers, but they need to track back, right? And help out defense because Noah gets pulled out a little bit, and then it's just Hack and Nealis, and they can't cover ground. And that was the most frustrating thing to see. It was like, if we have three center backs, how come Messi is just in acres of space? He's just hanging out. I was watching, sorry, but I was kind of just following him all game, and he just floats and waltz around, and it made it look so easy for those three guys. I was like, where are they? Where was Raheem Edwards? I don't know. Kyle Duncan should have been in there. We should have stuck with the back four.
Yes. You know, not for nothing. A couple weeks ago when Kyle came back, he had like the best game ever. Like his comeback game was the best game ever. Has degressed a little bit. I think that when a game like this, because he's a vet, so I think that when games like this come on the schedule, you see the best of a guy like Kyle Duncan come out. You see the best of like a Gengar come out. Like you see guys that that step up to the occasion. He's one of them. I can't believe he didn't start.
yeah,
And Julian is not one of them because he's still a kid.
but he hasn't started in any other game, Jorge. This is his
No,
second
no,
start.
I know.
Yeah,
His second
I'm
start.
not sure, and he's played Sofo in that position too,
Oh
where Julian
shit.
Hall is playing. So yeah, we're just trying to make sense of this. But I mean, is it crazy to say we should have just stuck with a back four? But hear me out. I would have put Noah Ayla and Tim Parker, Kyle Duncan, Omar Valencia, but that would have been even kind of dangerous too. But
I
then
like that though. I like that because all the other guys, like when Noah comes up the way that he usually does, those other guys can keep up with that
yes,
at least together. I think, I think, um, not to change the subject, but like I think that this whole time everybody's talking about that they need another scorer. They need a Timo. I told you guys in this chat also, like Timo, we need to score. I think that the focus needs to be on the back because if you could get an ugly one, you could win a game 2-1. We all know that they can't win a game 4-2. We all know. I mean, they did it last week against a dead team, but like, let's be realistic. Like, this isn't the team that could win a 4-2, a 3-1. So you got to take it where you get it. If you're gonna play for the draw or you're gonna play to not lose, you got to like make it worth it. You could win a 1-0, you could win a 2-1 maybe, but like you're not gonna do it thinking that Hack and these guys like Hacks is a dud back there. Edwards is a dud back there. Nealis is a dud back
we know
there.
what you think about Nealis. And that's
Yeah,
what I'm saying. It's like, so between those three guys, I would have told one of those guys, if I'm Sandro, okay, if I had one piece of advice, I would have had one of those guys fucking follow Messi everywhere he fucking goes.
yeah.
Don't let him get an inch of fucking space. Be up his every time he touches the ball, fucking bang him, hit him.
Yes.
Honestly, like let them know where you know what I mean, who we are, what this fucking game means to us and our fans. Like, dude, we
That's
just play
another
with a
thing.
different type of style. I know it might be a little bit different, like less tactical, right? Because it's going away from the tactics. But you have to dish out some tactics when you're playing against potentially what people think is the best player in the world. The best player in the league probably is Lionel Messi. He makes it look so easy. And he's got Suarez to his left of him. You know how many times those two have combined for goals at Barcelona? A billion.
We
So
stopped
they made this
pressing
shit
them.
look easy.
We stopped pressing them after we scored. That's the problem. What made them think it was okay to give them space? It's insane with the quality. Essentially, the difference is that the people in Miami, most of the people that play there have quality and they can kill you in 1, 2, 3 passes and they can finish
You know
all
what's
their
wild?
chances.
That Sandro is like his own worst enemy. It's almost embarrassing to this point. And I like Sandro. I like Sandro. But it's like, dude, you are playing yourself. Like, are you trying to show us that you're like some kind of football mind? Because I have news for you. This beast that you think you're gonna replicate from last year isn't it.
Yeah.
Like, it isn't it. You got to get back to the drawing board and you need to put together plans for the group of guys that you have. You can't put together your tactics and hope that these guys are going to put it together for you. You have to look at the guys that you have and you have to make it work with the guys that you have. Like, you can't go trying to come with your own fucking plan and have these guys execute a plan because that's how you think you have to play. No, like, this is the MLS. It's a different monster. Each of these guys, even the worst guy on the team, has something that is MLS based per se. So, like, you have to learn how to use these guys in a certain way where it's not what you want them to do, it's what they can do.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Play to their strengths. I mean,
Yes.
even if you told Sean Nealis just to like be on Messi like white on rice. Like I'm sure he's done that in Long Island for kids that he went up against. Like he understands that type of play, and sometimes you got to throw out the book, on certain players.
Big facts.
It's just too much quality, and for Sancho to not even to kind of bypass. And I even asked Alexander Hack after the game, were you guys man marking? Was it just a back three? It's a back three system. So they're following Sandro's system. Okay. And they're not doing anything. And if they do something outside the system, I feel like then they might not, right, get a start the next game.
Well,
so this is where we're at. I don't know what to do, honestly, with Sandro, but he needs to nail down a starting lineup too. He can't keep putting it in a blender every time.
I had asked him before the game. I'd ask him, listen, they're coming in from a tough game against Cincinnati. They're probably tired. Is there a game plan with Messi on the field or without Messi on the field? And he played it off like, we're always going to play the same. He was involved in 4 out of the 5 goals that they scored on
can't
Saturday.
Just play the same, dude. You just can't. Like it's Suarez, Busquets, Alba. You're playing against I know old retiree Barcelona, but even them, they made us look like boys out there. It was too easy.
Dude, guys were getting like nutmegged.
Yes, Dunkor.
It was getting bad.
Soulful.
Yeah. And then you felt the crowd and the momentum kind of swinging after that.
People were like, Messi.
Yeah, after the second goal, it was just bad because everyone looked bad after that second goal, right? We saw a little bit of fight from Red Bull in the second half of the first half to try to get into it.
That's always the case with these fucking jerk-offs.
Right. And then Messi combined again to add that third goal just before halftime to really make it hurt.
Well, that third goal was a disaster.
Yeah.
Everybody sliding in the box. Couldn't clear the ball out. I thought I was watching a game in Flushing, Queens. A bunch of amateurs playing a soccer game. It was horrible. No. And then you got to be... If you paid attention to the game, there were certain plays where our own players didn't know what to do with the ball. It's a lack of confidence, it's a lack of strategy, and you can tell, like I said, like you mentioned, Steve, the difference between these players like Alba, Messi, Suarez. Every single pass has a purpose. We just the ball around and we don't know what the hell to do with it. Expect Sofo to run back and forth and defend Jordi Alba and Messi. What are we doing?
He's like 19 years old too.
Dude, you know what's wild? I mean, I'm not a fan. Guys, I'm not a fan of the whole Miami thing, right? I like Miami when Higuain and Breck Shea, Yedlin, those guys were on the team. I don't like them now. I don't like what's happened down there, but it is what it is. I will say this. I think that the fact that these guys who are old could come in and have their way with who this team thinks are the best guys that they could put out there, and they literally had their way with with the starting 11, that says so much about the MLS. It says so much.
Embarrassing.
Like it's like the teams that are competing are the team like Cincy, they compete, right? And they beat them the same week. And they came here and they had their way with the Red Bull. I said it, I think it was a week ago or 2 weeks ago. Dude, I am not shocked if the Red Bull don't make the playoffs. Honestly, US Open Cup has to be the immediate goal if you leave with nothing this season. US Open Cup has to be the one because it makes a statement about you playing Philly and beating Philly in Philly, one, which hasn't happened, right? It shows that you're putting up fight when it comes to a trophy. And let's be honest, like, just chances that you guys aren't going to be in the playoffs. The way that it is right now, you guys will be crawling the last day and hoping this one loses, this one ties, this one this. You don't need that. This team has the potential to not be that. I don't know how the fuck they've stepped in shit and let this happen like this. And it's bad. Like, it's not even like, they're having off games. They have games where they're great, and then they're so inconsistent, and then they're just terrible.
You took
And
the
it's
words
like
out of
then
my
you have
mouth.
games where they start off great and then they're terrible. Then they start off terrible and then they're playing catch up and playing great. Even when they lose, you see little shades of things that were great. I do not understand how there could be such a big change from last year to this year, a few months from that team. You can't say it's just Jose Reyes. I mean, Jose Reyes, you heard me?
Andres.
Andres Reyes. I'm thinking baseball, the Mets. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, how did you have such a fall from grace like this? Other than LA, LA's having a fall from grace too.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know.
go ahead, Steve, because
No, because I guess we're right where we were last year, kind of. I mean, eighth, seventh. I mean, that's pretty much where we should be. And that's what I said after that bad NYCFC loss that was 5-1. I said, we hope we can scrape in the playoffs. We'll face like an Orlando or something, get a home game, and see if we can skate by. And that's kind of exactly what happened. And I foresee the same exact thing, whether it's a play-in game or a playoffs. We'll be hovering right above that line, it looks like, because we have
Okay.
the games to go for. We have the Open Cup to go for. We have Guadalajara Chivas to play. That's going to be a tough game. So to expect these guys to get all these results is tough. Jorge, you asked Daniel that after the game, and he said he is ready for that pressure of having to get these results in a lot of big games because you got 3 different competitions. And it seems like Chupo and Emil Forsberg has been escaping some of this criticism. Yes, they're always going to get some, but their numbers have been there. And
Chupo's the
they've
greatest
been the
thing.
ones to, at least when we need to get a result, have been ones scoring the goals. It's a lot to ask for these young guys, though. Like, I'm not expecting Sofo to score like 15 goals. Like, I wasn't expecting
Somebody is.
I wasn't expecting him to score 8. But as soon as Red Bull's seen a glimmer of talent in their RB2, they just cover it up and say, this is our new player, right? We don't have to sign anybody else. This is it. And that's why we keep ending up being average. We don't have a Tolkien replacement. He's still hurt. Sofo is our newest signing, even though he's been here. We don't
Red
even
Bulls
see Dennis
2.
Yangar.
Red Bulls 2 are forced into the starting lineup for the first team. That's the reality because we're cheap, because we don't scout, because we don't bring the right players.
But
That's the reality.
these guys go play for Red Bull, get smacked, but then they went and beat RB2, went and beat NYCFC.
Because it's the third division. That's not even
No,
second
I get
division.
it, but like, think about
They're
it. Like, these
23 years
guys
old.
go and they play again. Like, so when Sandro a couple weeks ago was talking about, oh, I overworked these guys, your RB2 workhorses are playing 2 games a fucking week, 3 games a fucking week, 4 games and like 8 days, and then you have them starting against fucking Miami. Sandro, what the fuck?
I
No,
mean,
no,
we're
no.
all, but we need more bodies then. We need,
Yeah,
missing Lewis. We're really missing Cam. So combination of that, and then no more
Cam.
John Tolkien, who was big on the wing. I told you guys that we'd be missing John Tolkien, and especially now because Morales hasn't played. No
20
Andre
plus
Reyes,
games.
No Andres Reyes, who I think would have been perfect for this game because I would have had his ass following Messi everywhere, give him a
Physical.
shoulder right into his back. I don't
Yeah,
care if
you
he got
gotta
a
like
yellow
hurt
card.
him.
Get a yellow card then that game. I would have been fine. But let him know who Red Bull is. Honestly, we're not gonna just fucking roll over. But now we seem like assholes. We really do. And Schneider's making us all look like assholes with not getting any signings over the line.
Yeah, and I think there's no tenacity. And one of the things that you mentioned, Jorge, you mentioned Cincinnati, you mentioned the big teams. We haven't beat them. We haven't beat Philadelphia. We haven't beat Cincinnati. We didn't beat Miami. We're not expecting to beat any top four team. Now, the thing is that you go and look at Cincinnati. They lost Costa, and then they get Evander, and then he has like 15 something goals this season so far. Then they get Denki, and they got 10 plus goals this season so far. So they care about putting quality on the field. And we go back to the same thing. Edwards is supposed to be our third string player, and he started against Messi. What are you expecting? What are you
Mixtape
expecting?
Raheem. Ever.
And he didn't. Honestly, in the attack, he didn't have that much of a back game from
No,
what
no,
we
no.
expected. But
But we need
defensively,
defense.
man, oh wow, that was just a terrible watch.
Jorge
I,
might be right. I'm
you
just saying,
know,
sorry to cut you off. I'm saying he might be right. We might need a defensive signing as well. Like
this
this
is what I'm saying. This is what
Timo
I'm
thing
saying.
won't
This
be
is what I'm
enough.
saying.
The
This is what I'm
quality is
saying.
just not there.
You 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 might need to put some like Edwards isn't the fucking guy. Like he's not the guy.
No,
Like he listen, I don't play, so I can't like talk shit. He's a pro, but like he's fucking terrible. Like Edwards is terrible. I remember there were some Red Bull fans that were like excited to see. I was like, dude, this guy's like an MLS journeyman. He's been on a gazillion teams. He's changed jerseys so much, and he found his way on the fuck. His agent is the best agent in the world. He found them a fucking team. He
Well,
found them a
he
spot
might
on.
be listening. You never know.
But you know what the thing is? That he found them at a time when they lost Reyes, so they had to scoop somebody up. They thought Hackey was the guy, but if I'm not mistaken, he was on another one that was like hasn't played for like a season or something,
the
right?
second league of Saudi Arabia, bro. Saudi league.
Right? So like, come on, man.
So slow
Granted,
too.
everybody is talking about the guy that you guys want to score, you want to score. I think you guys need to focus on the defense. I think
Agree.
the defense needs to be the issue because you get Lewis coming back, hopefully not rush back, and he's in there right in the prime of things getting crazy. Forsberg, Chupo could still keep maintain the 70, 90 minutes that they're both doing, which is fucking insane. Chupo, shout out to Chupo. You are a savage, bro. You go 90 every fucking week like it's nobody's business, bro. Talk about earning a paycheck. You've earned your paycheck. I don't understand. I don't understand what's happening back there. But once everything is right, we're a player away from the top. You get Lois Morgan back, a healthy Lois Morgan at the end when you got to make that push in the playoffs and you have to go those games in the playoffs, you guys will be sorted out. It's just you got to worry about the back.
I'm gonna bring something back though. Something that you mentioned, inconsistency. I don't think Email or Chupo showed up against Miami. I know you just praised them, but I don't think they show me anything worth of a DP money.
I thought Emil had a couple shades where he missed a couple shots.
Yeah,
Uh,
Emil had a really close one in that free kick.
yeah. I thought that Chupo was going nonstop, but there's only so much you can do. It happened all so fast,
Yeah.
dude.
That's why it was like we kind of got caught out like 2-3 times. I would have liked to see more goals scored so we can move. All right, so we move on to the second half. We're down 3-1. I thought we had another goal in us though. I won't praise them, but I'm just saying in the course of the season they've been able to provide, you know what I mean, when needed. Last game too, and we call on them and lean on them to score these goals. They didn't really do it this game, so that's why I can't really praise them. Forsberg was close a few times, but I still would like to see more. Chupo had a play 2-on-1. He could have passed it to Sofo. He didn't. He tried to take it himself and he lost it. So it's a lot of everyone was like second guessing themselves in the second half. We were still starstruck by what happened. And that's what opened it up for that fourth goal that Sandro freaked out about, what that was offsides. But if you talk to the players, they didn't really see anything. They didn't really care. They were more in it and just trying to play the best they can with what they have. Meanwhile, Sandro's over here whining about the play. complaining to the ref, getting in shoving matches with Luis Suarez too. You see that? A little fiery from Luis Suarez with the ball. Sandro threw it behind his back or whatever.
That's frustration. What did you guys think? I mean, he lost his cool. He lost his cool, and then it's obvious we were getting played by these guys.
Oh, man. Dude, when a team has their way with another team the way that they did, like literally, like you go back, like you guys were talking about, like there was a time where like guys were sliding around, like it looked like little kids, like they were getting nutmegged. They were like doing passes and like, dude, it looked like a
The
fucking
Harlem
video game.
Globetrotters.
Yeah, like what the fuck is this? Like how the fuck do you embarrass yourself like this? Like
Honestly,
how the
that
fuck?
fifth goal just pissed me off so much. I mean, they keep saying this counter pressing. They were good at counter pressing, but still, you get caught out that easy. You're acres away from Suarez. Easy pass right to Suarez. Suarez lofts it up. All I see is Nealis flopping in the air, trying to head it way over his head. Messi gets to chest it down, go to his foot, take a bite of some steak, and then he just slots it home. I mean, it was fucking easy. And then you got the whole stadium going, Messi, like it really grinded my gears too at
You
that
know,
point.
I asked in the Red Bull supporter group page, why wasn't there a tifo this week? You know, last year when my NYCFC is the only team that did not give Messi a reception, the fucking flowers on the ground. You saw pink shirts. Granted, there were some pink shirts, but you didn't see them everywhere. Dude, this looked like a fucking home game for Miami. The only shout out to the South Ward. They had all red. And
Yeah, that's
supposedly I read
honestly there were some bits and pieces. I'd say it's 60-40 because when Red Bull scored, it was pretty loud. It was pretty loud.
dog, it was not
There was
60
more.
40. It was
It was
not
more
60.
than
You're bugging. You're bugging if you think it's 60 40, bro. You're fucking. Are you counting the players on the Red Bull and the media for the Red Bull?
yeah.
It was not
Sure,
60 40.
we'll count
Chris,
them.
60
I'm just
40?
saying. At least this time,
It
it
was
looked like less Red Bull fans sold their ticket than compared to that other year, last year, where they were literally selling
I
Messi
don't know.
merch. See,
Dude,
this time, there are small steps, right? We didn't sell any Messi merch.
I thought they did.
I didn't see any in there. And then there was a little bit. I feel like season ticket holders didn't sell as much as their tickets. I
A
did.
lot of people did.
A lot of people did, but
The
not as
Red Bull
much as
page.
last year. And the South Ward, was remained messy lists of shirts.
I
So
love it. I love
that's
it.
what they did. They
So
told everybody to get the hell out.
yeah,
Whenever they
when
came in.
NYCFC had him come in, bro, there was none of that. Dude, you've seen the video of
I
them
know.
greeting the bus like you're not wanted here. They gave this is a plastic team. Like they let everybody know that this team is full of shit. Or I don't understand how every team doesn't give this. So I asked in the Facebook group, right? I'm like, guys, why hasn't the South Ward put up a tifo? And dude, you would have thought that I asked somebody if I murdered their parents. Some of the comments were like, "You don't understand. We got to break. If you want to do it, you could sign up and do it." And in my head, I'm like, "You guys are supposedly the ultras, the mega fans, the red seats in the building for the Red Bulls, right? You guys don't like the corporate thing. You dress in all black, yeah." And then you're not gonna fucking have a tifo for the fucking Messi. You're not gonna have a tifo for your guys, dude. How is your team gonna put the best foot forward if you're not as a fan putting the best foot forward for them?
But
Dude, when
see
you go
that
to other places around the world, these people putting tifos up every fucking Saturday, and when it doesn't work, they call over the team, right? And the players come over with their head down and get reamed by the fans, right?
Yep.
In other parts of the world, this is how it works.
Yep.
How the fuck do you guys let that? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get
It's a
it.
commercialization of this entire organization. How about
well, we have supporter groups doing tifos for departed souls, but they don't do it for Miami. I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had to bring it out, but that's the reality. We don't work
No,
together. We don't work
uh,
together. The fans are not in it. They don't see the value in
this
creating
is what
these
I'm
tifos.
saying. This is what I'm saying. So how are the fans supposed to take this product serious? And how are the players supposed to feel support from them if they're the fucking joke? You understand?
Of course, and they know they're not playing at home. When we're playing against Miami, the reality is that they know we're not playing. They're not playing home. And this comes as a result, another bad loss, another devastating loss against an Inter Miami that we just can't seem to beat. I think Steve pointed out a couple episodes ago. If we ever go in a playoff round against Miami, we cannot beat Atlanta. We cannot be play defensively. They're gonna score on us 3-4 goals every single time, and Sandro hasn't figured it out. That's the problem. Every single time we just look much worse than we did the last time we play against them.
If we go down to Miami, I'm putting on my captain's hat and I'm taking over.
But
Sandro,
see, this is the problem.
out of a job. You're out of a job, Sandro. I'm the captain now, bitch. All right. When we go down to Miami, because that's what's gonna happen, right? Miami's gonna be a 2 seed. We'll be a 7th seed. We're gonna have to face Miami round 1. We're gonna be mincemeat over there. Red Bull mincemeat. Okay. And I'm tired of getting cooked up like some fucking red cow that we are. You gotta admit what we are, and it sucks, right? I don't fucking like Red Bull at all. And I don't know how everyone is still like kind of going along with it. They're cool with the crest, they're cool with like the Red Bull being fucking everywhere. They're cool with these jerk off, shirts, streetwear. I don't know. It's a reach for a lot of it. But to me, I mean, I don't see anything fucking changing, man. I really don't. Bring me Timo, sign this Gustav guy, but we need somebody else too. We need reinforcements. We need reinforcements to at least right the ship from this disaster of a game. Let's forget about this game. And we do have fans that will fill up the stadium, just not for Miami. So let's fucking pray we don't have to face them.
I mean, listen, at a best out of 3, you don't know what happens. Right? Best out of 3.
Best out of 3 versus Miami is going to be
8-3.
It's going to be 8-2. Honestly, we've shown 0. The only time we did it was that pouring rain game back.
Shout out to Dante. Shout out to Dante Van Zier giving the jacket away.
Yeah, the Van Zier and Lewis Morgan was going. So that's 2 different forwards, speedy forwards Messi, that we're missing. And Messi wasn't there. Suarez wasn't there. I don't know if Alba was there. I think it was just Busquets and a few other guys. But that's about it. I mean, but fucking hell, I don't even know the Miami goalie. They should have been peppering him with shots. They got to put us in charge, man.
Good point.
We're the captains now. Sandro, you're walking the plank. You're on Steve's boat right now for the week. Hot seat. I'm putting Sandro on the hot seat because he can't find consistency and the team can't find consistency.
That's what one of the things that I wanted to mention too. Great point bringing it to the episode, Steve. 5 MLS games that the goalkeeper has started, Rios, and we couldn't put a shot on frame, at least to make the ball bounce and somebody get a rebound. It's insane that they're not taking shots. They're not doing things correctly. They're trying to play hero ball. They're trying to put it in the top bins, 90 in the corners, and it's just about playing simple. And look at how Messi made us look bad in every fucking goal, man. Yeah, I think you brought up all the good points. My last question before we finish the episode. We got 5 minutes left.
Could be a little extended.
Where are we going with Sandro? Where are we going with Sandro after this game?
Fucking Germany.
Who's gonna be the coach then? Michael Bradley? Who would they call up?
Shit.
Hypothetically, right? Oh no, you know what? It would be Ibra, right?
It could be, but the thing is that he just got promoted. He just got promoted, and it's not. And then, well, that's the thing. It's not happening. But there's somebody that mentioned Mostly Bull. Shout out to them on Twitter. They always put out the realest shit on their tweets. He said that if it was another team, if it was a team and actually a team that cares, Sandro would have been fired after that result last night.
I don't think so because he went to the final last year.
Yeah, and I told you that he had an automatic full year to those 3. We still haven't completed the years. So, like I said, in any of these competitions, we haven't been knocked out yet. So until we get knocked out of U.S. Open Cup, until we, shit the bed in Leagues Cup, then it's gonna really start. Like if we miss playoffs, it'll come down.
You know what the wild thing is? Uncle Jochen said 2 years ago, he's like, playoffs isn't enough. This guy took you to the final. So he did the job that they wanted. This is the
Yes.
thing that everybody keeps ignoring. He did the job that they wanted immediately after he asked for it. So technically, like, if it happens again this year, he'd be like, oh, well, I had one great year, one bad year. Guess what? You're gonna see him one more time. You can't have a 50-50. You're gonna see him one more season. So whatever happens this year, be ready to see Sandro again next year.
Yep. Yeah. I think that too. I mean, what do you think, Chris? I mean, I know you don't agree with keeping him for the long term, but I mean, we have to see this out, I guess, still, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you can always comment that this roster is not fully ready to compete for a cup. We're missing one DP. Our defensive players are not top quality. Any of them, except for Noah Isla, would be the highest player on that list. But other than that, I think they're average. And against the top teams, you can't be average. You got to be at a high level. One of the things, just briefly before we finish, the aerial duels. We look so bad in the air nowadays, and we have towering defenders, but they're slow. And you saw the goals against Miami. The Miami scored against us. They were all up in there. We couldn't calculate in there. We couldn't head the ball out. We were scrambling in the middle of the field. We couldn't defend, and I think that it's a little bit of Sandro's fault. It's a little bit of Jokin's fault. This roster defensively, I don't know, man. We used to be one of the best teams in MLS in defense. Now we look like the complete opposite.
We're getting opened up, and we got a decent Chicago Fire team coming up next week, and we got a
On
full
the
week to
road.
prepare. That we need to get a result from this game away from home.
On the road. The fucking road is their kryptonite.
That's right. And unfortunately, the top four is not looking very positively. It's not looking bright for the New York Red Bulls. The best I think that they might be able to get is top six. And, we're going to be depending on playing away. I don't know how well we could do that in the playoffs if we make the playoffs. But with that being said, I'm going to let you guys say the last remarks before we go. Once again, this episode went by pretty quickly, man. But talk to me, Jorge, Steve, closes out, man.
Guys, to the fans, I'm so sorry for you guys. You guys gotta spend your money. Actually, you know what? A lot of the fans fucking sold the Messi tickets and paid for the season. So now it's all profit the rest of the way. So shout out to you guys who did that. But like at some point, you know, you gotta call something. You gotta fucking call bullshit. When you have these little powwows for the season ticket holders, you might have to talk to these guys, hold them accountable in person. Maybe they give a shit, maybe they don't, but at some point you have to.
Yeah, it was a tough outing for all the Red Bull fans who stuck it out. Happy to see the South Ward packed out,
Shout
but
out.
it's not enough. I saw too many Messi shirts. Honestly, my eyes were bleeding. I'm so tired of seeing that guy, and he doesn't talk to any media. He doesn't really do anything other than wave. So he's not really treating it like that serious either. So it's tough, and then all these people adore him, like they've been following him since the very beginning. That's what pisses me off. They can't support their local, even though I understand the local is Red Bull. It's very tough to support something like that as well. However, I always choose local, loyal to the soil, and that's the way I'll remain. Hopefully, we can powwow and find something to do next year against Miami. Till then, let's get a W versus Chicago.
Double against Chicago. We'll see you in the next one, guys. It's been great.
You guys are the best. You guys are the best.